See, let me tell you something. Once it's time, we will go out there, we are going to protest. We would go out there and we will make sure our voices are heard. Do you understand? No problem. What if Omoyele Sowore becomes the next president of Nigeria?
When we arrived here, we were confronted by a bunch of unruly policemen and a civilian amongst or a policeman we suspect is a policeman in mufti. Caught on tape, removed my eyeglasses, my AI eyeglasses. They also recommended for
Omoyele Sowore was born in Ondo State in the year 1971. As a student, he fought dictatorship from Babangida to Abacha. Then later, he founded Sahara Reporters in New York, a fearless online platform that exposes governments and their corrupt acts at the highest order. His weapon was information, and his vision is to make Nigeria a country free from corruption.
I'm expecting that when you become real lawyers, and I heard you guys are law students, real lawyers in the future, we are going to have courtrooms to practice.
A lot of people have said terrible things about Omoyele Sowore. Some people said it's very rascal. Some people said it's too rough. Some people said he's not a leader actually. Some people even said he's actually a cultist, but we'll see we never hear. Why a lot of people say he's so unpolished for a gentleman's political game in Nigeria? But the truth is, Sowore wasn't playing game, or Sowore isn't playing any game. Sowore isn't playing any game at all. All Sowore just wants to destroy the system. And when I mean disrupt the system, disrupt the corrupt system. He wants to shook Nigeria. He just wants to shake Nigeria seriously. That's Sowore's aim. Because whenever I look at most videos where he's been arrested, where I don't want to mention the force, I don't want to mention the force that was actually will I say oppressed, that was actually oppressing Sowore. Whenever I see those videos, whenever I see parts where he spoke back at leaders, I'm like, why is this guy like this? But along the line, when I just realized why he was doing that, and I asked myself, I said, with his approach, can that be the solution? In 2019, he contested for the post of the presidential. In fact, Sowore has been contesting for the post of the presidential election. Even in 2019, he did, but he did too. Now let us ask ourselves the simple question: what if Sowore had won the election? What would have happened? Now back to my point. Now, whatever I'm going to say right now, and my opinion, based on what I've seen Sowore portray and based on what I've heard about him, what I've heard him say. Mind you, I'm not saying what I'm saying is 100% real or factual, but these are things I've observed based on what he has been doing and what he has been saying. So right now, Omoyele Sowore, who is almost 50 years of age, we are still going to categorize him as part of the youth in Nigeria. If he becomes the president of Nigeria, trust me, his cabinet members, trust me, his commissioners, his ministers they would all be youth. This is going to give youth more leverage. This is going to give youth more power, and this is going to give the youth more voice in the country that's been ruled by our fathers and our grandfathers. In a situation like this, the Inspector General of Police might be a youth in his 30s, 40s. The Chief of Staff for the Air Force, for Navy, for Army, and for Civil Defense, they might all be in their 30s and their 40s. The same way Gowon was in his 30s when he ruled Nigeria. Other political position would be occupied by youth, therefore giving youth more privilege and more voice in the country. Sowore is going to fight against corruption because for him to put his own life at risk fighting corruption. So this kind of person putting his life at risk, do you think when he gets into power he's going to be corrupt? Do you think? I am not saying he won't be corrupt. I am asking you, do you think? Well, another thing I feel is freedom of speech. Of course, we're in a democratic system of government whereby you're free to say whatever you want to say. But I've observed a lot of youths, a lot of people say whatever they want to say, and at the end of the day, they get arrested. Get arrested for abusing this social person. They get arrested for saying this to this social person. They get detained for doing this. But a situation whereby Omoyele Sowore become the next president, I doubt if such a thing is going to happen. Because he himself has said so many things about the government, although they arrested him. But do you think when he gets in power and people criticize him, do you think he would also get them arrested? Well, to my own opinion, I think we are humans. It might change and it might not change, who knows? But these are the likely things I'm actually saying. So I feel if Sowore, now whatever I'm saying now is based on what Sowore said. So I feel if Sowore becomes a president, I think he is going to touch this aspect. Mind you, I am still on the opinion that we are humans and humans change. But let's be real. Nigeria is not Twitter. You don't just trend your way out of power struggles. Sowore would face opposition from entrenched politicians, military interests, even foreign power. Or would he survive the political battlefield? Or would they clip his wings?
If Sowore ever becomes the president, Nigeria could look different. Nigeria could look young, bold, unafraid to challenge the old structure. Nigeria will be a country that will be run by ideas, and not just by age or tribe.
Well, my own opinion about everything I just said right now, or I've been saying, is that Sowore might be the president, and at the same time, he might never be the president of Nigeria. But the fight, the struggle, and the force of Sowore has made me ask this question. Do we need disruptors in power, or they are better as watchdog outside the government? Do we need activists in government, or they are better as watchdog outside the government? What do you think? Should Sowore remain the loud voice on the streets, or the quiet power in that zone? I'm going to ask this last question. If Sowore should contest for the presidential position again, do you think he's going to win the election? If yes, why? And if no, why? Do know by dropping your answer in the comment section. Thank you very much. My name is Omoyele Sowore once again. See you in my next video.